If you're thinking about selling your home in Westchester County, you probably have already realized it's not as simple as just putting up a for sale sign and waiting for offers. What most sellers don't see is everything that happens before a home ever hits the market. The planning, the strategy, and the decisions that can directly impact the final sale price and how smooth the process actually feels. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we do before listing a home in Westchester, step by step, so you know what to expect, how to prepare, and how to avoid the surprises that can slow a sale down or cost you money. Whether you're selling in 3 months or just starting to think about it, this is the foundation that sets everything up for success. The first step is meeting with sellers. I like to meet with sellers and take a walk through their home, have me show their home. They can talk about their home, talk about their memories, show me the highlights of their home. I'll be able to see what improvements they've made. Does the property match what the property card says? Have they added additional space? And also what condition the home is in. And also I get a sense of how the home compares to other homes in the neighborhood. So we walk through, we talk about the timing. I learn about their level of interest or motivation in moving quickly. Or is this a long-term project? We often meet with sellers a year or two before they actually list their home. It's just good to have long-term planning. Sometimes people want to chat about what improvements they should make and what they shouldn't, what improvements are a waste of money. After that first visit, and we've learned a little bit about the property and the sellers, we then will go back, put together a comparative market analysis, sometimes called a CMA, as well as a marketing plan for this seller. So next we have our second visit. This is the main visit to help this seller understand the whole process, talk about a marketing strategy, and talk about a pricing strategy. So we gathered our information, we toured the house on the first visit. So we're here to educate the seller and to let them know step by step how this process will unfold. So the first thing we go through is we talk about who Corcoran is, who our company is, who are on the team, who are the team members and what are their roles, how we'll be servicing them as a client, the level of service that we do provide. We talk about all of that to sort of lay the groundwork for the sellers. Then we'll talk about their specific home, what improvements would make sense for them to make, what investment would get them the most money for their dollar of investment. And then we go over the comparative market analysis and we analyze and talk to them about other homes that have sold in the area, how their home compares to the other homes. And we discuss how important pricing is, that we know everybody wants to get as much as possible for their home. And so our strategy to get people as much as possible really involved properly preparing the home and pricing it strategically, not to overprice it. You'll sell your home within the first 3 weeks for more money than if you let it go longer than that. So it's important. It's not that it's a fire sale, it's not that there's a rush, but you need to know that the initial response to your home and the initial interest in your home is going to be at the peak at the very beginning of that, when you first put it on the market and first listed it for sale. So we will go through all of this process. We talk about commissions, we talk about timing, we give them a sense of how long it will take to get the house ready, when photographs and floor plans will be done, what type of video work we'll be doing, what other promotional items, things that we will do to promote their home. Once we have all that timing in place and they feel comfortable and they have questions, and we're happy to answer all those questions. And then we can discuss the timing and go ahead and list the home. One big thing that we discuss with most sellers is a timeline. In some cases, people's home are turnkey, literally ready to sell or ready for someone to move in. That's very rare. In most cases, there's work that needs to be done, so we discuss a timeline. For example, maybe there are maybe repairs that need to be done. Maybe there's painting. Maybe there's staging that needs to be done. We can guide a seller through that timeline. So how long will it take to make the repairs? How long will it take to paint? What is staging involved? So whether you are planning to sell in the next month or the next year, this timeline can be something that we can work through with you. And it's important because everybody's at a different place, but we can guide you and help you through what makes sense to do and what would get you the most bang for your buck. The timeline is important just because we'd like to get everybody on the same page. And that way, some sellers are ready immediately, other sellers it may be a year. So what we do is we put together a timeline of what will take place, who will do what, so that the sellers feel comfortable with moving forward and know that we have their best interest and we have a plan. The next step is signing the paperwork that's required to actually list your home. The main form would be the listing agreement itself. So this is somewhat like a contract between the seller and the brokerage. in this case Corcoran Legends Realty. And that's the agreement that you're going to list the home for a certain amount of time. Responsibilities the seller has, what responsibilities the office or agency has. That would be the listing agreement. There's also a lead paint form to be filled out if your home was built before 1978, a property condition disclosure statement, there's a fair housing statement, as well as agency disclosure. These are just some of the forms or some of the paperwork that we would be presenting, and we're happy to go over all of that with you. It's not complicated. And then once all of that's signed, then you're officially listed with that agency or with that brokerage. Okay, now that you've signed, and our next step would be for me to go to the municipality. It might be the village, it might be a town. Look at the property card, make sure all the permits have been closed out. And the reason we do this is we don't want any surprises later on. We don't want to get into contract, get close to closing, and then all of a sudden we find out there's an open permit that needs extensive work to be closed. So it's really important to do this step. We also then will be able to compare the home that we see to what the town has on record. If there's an extra bathroom or an extra bedroom or something, we can guide you with how to resolve that discrepancy. Okay, the next step is preparing your home for the market or preparing your home for photography. It's important to understand there's a difference between living in your home and having it being on the market, selling your home. And also in photography, it captures a moment. So you want that home to be fairly pristine and ready to go. So we can help you prepare your home for those challenges. We have contractors and resources that can help you put your best foot forward, whether it's cleaning people, staging people, painters, contractors, handyman. We provide you all of that. So what we ask most sellers, or what we suggest most sellers do, is we will walk through and decide what are your priorities, what kind of a budget you have, what condition your home is in, and we will make suggestions on how you can capitalize or improve your home and with the resources that we have. How can a buyer not see beyond that? So it's important to realize to try to separate yourself from your home now. Treat it as more of a commodity. We also do floor plans. It's important. A floor plan will give a buyer a reminder of how the home is laid out. There are fewer follow-ups afterward, and it really helps present your home in the proper light. We also do video. Video is very important. Buyers love video, and it helps to promote your home on social media, and it just gives a different flow and a different feel. So it's really important to have professional photos, floor plans, and professional video, because this is your first impression to the market, and making a first impression is super important. So we do all of this very professionally, and it makes a huge difference. Okay, we're ready. We have our photos, videos, floor plans. We're ready to post your home on the multiple listing service. The multiple listing service, it once started out as a book. Now it's on the internet, of course, and all the brokerages participate and post their listings on the multiple listing service. That listing will include bathroom and bedroom count, all the information about your home, marketing remarks, agent-to-agent remarks. So we're ready to go with that listing. We're ready to go with all the marketing assets. So now it's just a matter of we discuss with the seller when will you be allowing showings, what is your showing availability, and the agents will book appointments and will show your home. So this is the next step. You'll have a live listing and you're ready to go and sell your home. If you're thinking about selling in Westchester, even if it's months away, planning early really does make a difference. If you have questions about your specific situation, feel free to leave them in the comments. We're happy to answer them, and chances are someone else watching has the same question. And if you'd rather reach out directly, all of our contact information is in the description below. This preparation phase sets the tone for everything that comes next: the showings, offers, and negotiation. In the next video, I will walk you through what happens after your home hits the market, from the first showing all the way to closing.